Hello YouTube, another project for you guys again today. Like I promised, my remote has been here approximately 3 weeks now, and this is the MEARC Magnum dimension or Magnum energy remote for my MS-4024 inverter charger, live here in Minnesota, JW Solar USA. I just want to show you guys this came from Magnum, and I took all the other stuff, just remove all plastic, other stuff on it. And what we have here is the Magnum remote, the ME-ARC50. This is gonna be working with the main reason why I got this stuff, folks. Yesterday I released a video of the older version just to see that, and you guys stay tuned because I'm gonna be talking about both of these machines simultaneously and see what I'm trying to derive at here. And the main reason I got this device is for my Magnum PT-100 charge controller, and you guys have seen a review on that. I posted that video. If you haven't seen that, please go back to my playlist and check it out and see exactly the reason why I'm upgrading my machines. So if you want to go with the PT-100, you have to have the latest revision of the remote. The one yesterday you guys see, I think it's about 3.4 if I can remember to the top of my head, and this is the 4.0 approximately, and you will see it when I powered it up. And the Magnum PT-100 is not working with the ME-ARC50 MCREC50, something like that. Magnum Energy Control. Yep. Then this is the problem. It will work. I can rephrase that again. It will work, but you're not gonna able to utilize the entire features that embedded into the remote because of the lack of the upgrade or the advanced features that were there for the PT-100. So, being said that, I have to get this Magnum. The difference with the other, the ME-ARC50, you see a shore right here, SHORE, like for the shoreline power. And here you can see FAV, that's favorite. You can able to store about 5 functions or whatever, quick access into this device. You don't have to go through all the settings here, monkeying around, and you can pick whatever you do, just like a remote for a TV or favorite channels or preset, or how you call it, a quick access. So you can do whatever you want. So that anytime you see FAVS, that's for favorites, and that's the second, I think it's the second generation, I suppose it's the second generation of the Magnum remotes. Which there is another one, they have the router for it. So right now on this I can able to parallel 2 inverters on this. This one can give me the capability to parallel 2 MS-4024 inverter charger for Magnum, and I can able to see all the inverters on this display, inverter 1 and 2, and the PT-100 on this one as well. So when I power this one on, you will see the functionality of the PT-100 feature there, which the other one doesn't have. So this one is already upgraded to it and ready to go for action. So folks, if I decided to go big because this one is almost getting old due to it has been a while, and they have a newest version. I might probably put on the description below. So I would have went with the latest version, which is going to cost me more. These things are not cheap. You know, you can get this stuff approximately, people normally put on retail prices about $300, $200 and something, $275. It varies. So if I have to settle with this thing, there's a reason why I have to do this at this point. I don't want to go back and upgrade in the future with the latest one that is already out now, because, you know, I was advised by a good friend of mine on YouTube. He mentioned that to me, and you know yourself. And check it out with this one, Dave Armstrong. Dave Armstrong suggested that to get the other version instead of this one. Well, but I cannot just pass the price for this, what I got. So I decided to go with this one. It doesn't mean, Dave, doesn't mean I don't take your advice. I did, but I just want to install my PT-100. It has been sitting for a while since I got it, and which I'm going to be showing you pretty soon, because by going with the latest one, I don't have to monkey around at all. But the price was too good, the offer they gave me, you know, with the company from Sensasta, Sensasta Technology, which is from West Chicago Road, Everett, Washington. So I can take this. I can take the deal. But I was gonna go with the one that was recommended to me, because which is already out. I saw that, but I was thinking probably it's not a big deal yet. But if I have to go with a big thing in the future, other things probably Magnum already embedded into that one, and I would just reap the benefit of the entire remote itself. But hey, I'm looking at here, I might do that. I'm gonna be doing that, but I just want to make sure I launch the PT-100, which has been sitting in the house here approximately, if you watch the video or go back to my video listing there, I think it's over a month when I posted that video. So I don't want to keep babysitting that thing, because I was contemplating what to do, and I don't want to test it with my the ME-ARC50, so I don't want to do that. I was like, okay, let me try, I'm gonna test it with the ME-ARC50, which is this one, so I can go about and see how everything works with this one. I'm gonna be making video comparison with this one and some of the features, which I did yesterday. Did a review on the older model, and I'm gonna be doing a review as I'm speaking right now with this one, and we can go back into the command center and put that to work, and you guys can see some of the features I'm going to be showing you live coming from this channel. But I would like to get the newer version. It's a waste already for me to have 3 of them if I'm going to do that, but by doing so, I'm probably going to be incorporating more Magnums in the future, which I'm going to be doing some project, other things. So I would just put this one together with any Magnum I'm going to be setting up for someone else, and I can able to sell devices, a Magnum, a full set of the remotes with the old version, or this one, and I'm going to incorporate the latest version Magnum with my new Magnum. So it's not going to go on waste. They're not going to go bad. There's nothing big. You can use this Magnum remote with Outback. You can use it with not the remote itself, because this remote you can use to program the inverter, but I can incorporate a charge controller with a Magnum, which you're gonna still have your stator charger if you have the BMK, which I have the BMK. I'll try to show you today on my video. Yesterday I skipped that. Some reason something dragged my attention away. I didn't even show you the battery monitor battery monitor kit that I have in my command center there. But I'm going to be showing you that because it's going to be reading the state of charge and the shunt. There's a shunt that came with it, and just like when you have the Whizbang Junior for Midnight Classic, but it is there, a register how many amps you take in, whatever, you know. So I have all those shunts on that thing, but I'm gonna be utilizing, almost trying to get all the Magnum equipment I can get for my system to be really complete. So as if you listen to my videos regarding about the Magnum, that's what I'm doing, and upgrading bit by bit. It's not like in full force. It takes time. All this stuff costs money. But anyway, this is how it is. You got a soft keys right here, and it can tell you the inverter and the charging is of a fault, and the power lights, these two green lights comes on. You can turn on and off the inverter, or turn the charge off. You know, you got the controls, the meter, the setup right here. If you push this one, it's gonna give you the revision of the software that I'm talking about here with Magnum Energy. So folks, let's let me bring the PT-100 so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Stay tuned. All right, folks, the remote is here, and this one came with the battery temperature sensor, you know, from Magnum. It tells you the BTS, where to plug it on the inverter. So yeah, there's like a communication port here. You see that? It's a network. And here is just like RJ12, RJ11, like a telephone jack or something like that. So here, the Magnum. Here comes the frame right here. You can able to set up, you know, to mount the Magnum itself, to suspend it from the wall so they can have more airflow. So folks, this thing is not as small as you think when you see on other people's videos, or you see this thing is huge. Yeah, it's really big. And guys, this is the Magnum. Okay, this is the Magnum track performance, or power track MPPT charge controller made by Magnum. And you guys can see how big is this thing. I'm gonna take it from the box, and you guys can just get a full glance of the entire thing. Stay tuned. All right, guys, this is the looks here with the Magnum PT-100 MPPT charge controller. Look at that. Magnum power track performance. It's the MPPT charge controller. You see the PV and see the volt, kilowatt lights, volt, amps, battery bank, and you can see the bulk, absorb, float, fault, aux, and you have your select, which is for equalization, and reset button. It's really tough machine, robust, big, heavy. Knockout here, I think it's a 1-inch knockout. See, if you want to do a conduit. And this is a 2017 module that I have here. I think is the first quarter of the year. So it tells you, let's give the specs here for this guy. Let me hold on quick. Let me just set it up. With a PT-100, folks, you guys can see, if I can bring you close to the device here, it says a maximum PV VOC lesser up to 240 volt or V battery plus 200 volt. PV operating voltage for battery up to 8 volts to 187 volts DC. The maximum input current is 100 amps. Battery charge output 1 to 66 volt. So this one can go up to about 60 volt for 48 volt system. And you'll see I'm not reading on the screen, I'm reading behind the screen, so I might kind of be lagging right there. Operating temperature is 20 degrees C to 60 degrees C. And this one, the enclosure type, is for indoor use only. The maximum short circuit current, which is the PV breaker, supposed to be 100 volt DC breaker. A minimum interrupting rating PV breaker is a 500. That's a minimum operating rating PV breaker. So instead of using the midnight solar 300 volts DC breaker, it's recommended you use the short circuit, which is that it can surge, or when you turn the device on, it takes higher before it's going to drop it out of load. That's what I meant. It's out of load. When you go on load, it's recommended you can use say max short circuit breaker is 100. Minimum interrupting rating is right here. It's a 500 volt DC. So midnight has a 300 and a 600 volt breaker. I think I'll incorporate that, and I don't know what you guys think about it. So the minimum interrupting voltage PV breaker, see that right here, output current may be limited to 40 degrees ambient. So all time when you're trying to set up, you see, make sure you're trying to work with the temperature for your ambient outside. If you're in a cold state, don't ride this thing way too high, more than the manufacturer specifications. So it's a 200 Magnum PT-100. This you see the PV VOC is 240, or a VBAT of 200 volt. PV operating voltage, the operating voltage should be at plus 8 volt to 187. So you want to be at a threshold of about 187 volts. That I think that I would recommend for someone to do that. And remember, it's 100 amp. So this one can take a lot of panels. So make sure you know what you're doing, do all the research and whatever you're about to do, and do what you want to do. But this guy is a big guy, is a top notch. Look at the exhaust here, the intake, sorry, it's taking the air, the fans probably cooling the system there. Look at this massive heat sink, huge heat sink. Look at this. And I suppose the fan up here. Let me turn this one around. And these are all just different warnings they given to us. People we like to monkey around with stuff, so just to keep us alert, what do you have to do? So yeah, and massive other exhaust here. There's a fans in there. So folks, you have to take this cover. You have to take this cover out, I think, to access the bottom one here, and go about it and wire up all this machine. And this machine is gonna be incorporated with this guy here. See that? So they're gonna be working. This one came with a Magnum, and to be honest with you, I don't really find out yet, because I haven't opened up this machine, if this machine has a USB thumb drive where this one's supposed to be plugged in. I haven't went too far, looking or trying to know exactly where the thumb drive gets into the entire machine itself. But to be honest with you, I don't know yet. I have to check. Like I was saying, I'm going step by step with this entire install and trying to show you guys what I have to do or what I'm doing before getting to something that's really critical and complicated or sophisticated stuff for you guys to see here. You know, I like to go with the step-by-step policy or step-by-step protocol here with the JW Solar USA. This is how we do things here, as I'm not just trying to do things just to please myself. I want my viewers to able to be on board with me while I'm going through all this process here. This thumb drive came with the remote here. I don't even know where that thumb drive is gonna go. And speaking about it, and maybe you guys watching the videos, probably you guys give me a heads up before I'm gonna figure it out, and you guys already figure it out. Like I said, I'm not watching any videos regarding about this. I watched a few videos when Dave Armstrong got his, and I'm really proud of him because he had a nice install, you know, with the entire system. So I'll give it to him. Check out his channel, give him a shout out, and he's a great guy. You know, he knows his stuff, he know what he's doing. So yeah, all this Magnum thing with the battery house. Battery has one of these, so it's just like we ordered it. It's just a coincidence. We ordered almost approximately the same time, but I didn't make my video when he posted his videos. I was like, oh man, he got his too. So I was really proud of him. So, and the battery house, you know, Zach the Great, something like that. That's how, if I pronounce your name wrong, and pardon me. And it's a great channel, a really nice guy. Check him out. He got the Outback, the Magnum with all the gadgets with it. He got a full package. So I'm just late to introduce my stuff here, but folks, we're getting there. I'm gonna set up all my Magnum equipment all together, get all Magnum and get all my Outback set up, full configuration and full speed. And these are the machines that I'm gonna be settling with. And you guys haven't seen the XW60 Xantrex, so I have another project of that one, which I'm looking for incorporating a charge controller for the XW60 and get all the breaker disconnect. I have more stuff I have to do with this one. I have to get the DC or the load center to incorporate with my Magnum, but it might probably be a number 2 Magnum sitting in this. So I want to have my backup, double backup, triple backup. So with all good high-end machines, that's what I want my system to be. So folks, stay tuned for this. It's going to be a slow project because I have so much projects to handle, and this one is going to go full. I'm going to be going full on Magnum, finish up the Magnum. I have the Outback is almost completed. Yeah, I'm going to go with the 6048 in a full swing, and you guys can see I already got the remote control for the 6048, which is Xantrex, made by Schneider Electric. So that one is going to be coming with the disconnects, whatever, the DC load system with it, which is works perfectly with one of the midnight load center. But this one here, I really want to get it done. It's gonna take some time. I want to get it done, get all the breakers for it and everything. I'm making a room. If you see the way I'm going right now, trying to get this guy here and getting the latest one of this one. For now, I need this to program everything about this. You might probably see the install for this coming up pretty soon. And if I incorporate the second Magnum, that's going to be a parallel Magnum to parallel system. So that's going to give me about 8 kilowatts at 24 volt. Then I'm going to do that. And this guy is going to be upgraded to the newer version. and this guy's gonna go bye-bye, sit on the corner. So I'm gonna have two of them reserved in case something happen. If I want to sell, I can sell, or build another system and sell it to somebody else, or someone interested, I can just sell it probably to that person. But I'm gonna get the back plates and all that stuff, and able to get the box, the distribution center, and the other DC part of it underneath, where the is gonna go for the parallel, so that I can able to store all my cable, my wire management system, and all that kind of good stuff for the second inverter. So I'm gonna be having the Magnum. I don't know which one gonna be number 1 in my house. I don't know which one is gonna be number 2. But the Outback, guys, I know Outback, you guys are still Outback fans. I still have my Outback. It's still there. The gears are still up there. So what's going to happen, I have the Outback FlexMax 80, which is already upgraded, the 80. I took the 60 out and put the 80. And this guy is going to be replacing one of them because I have the Outback and the Midnight. So it might be the Midnight Classic is going to go down, and this one is taking over for the Midnight. So it's going to stay there because I have a state of charge for that. I'm not worried about because the Midnight had the Whizbang Junior. So I'm not going to rely on that. I still have the battery monitor on this one. So the Outback is going to be up there with the with all the rest of the FlexMax, the Outback FX 3048. So it's gonna be up there with this guy up there, because the Xantrex XW6048 is a big boy, it's heavy. So I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna do, how to mount that guy, or maybe that's gonna be for another big project. But it's sitting right now resting. I haven't tested that one yet, and this one's here might probably go live with the lithiums, or the XW6048 will go with the lithium battery. Soon you guys will see what's gonna happen. Let's stay tuned and let's keep it real, and bear with me, guys. It takes money to do all these upgrades and show you some of the videos. I know you guys love watching, and watching is cool, but spending the money is the hard part. But doing this for myself and just a DIY project. I don't want you guys to hang up on me. stay tuned, because I don't want you to miss any episode. I want you to be on board on this episode. So this is the introductory onto my Magnum ME-ARC50, which I'm gonna be installing. So right now I already gave you what I'm gonna be using this for, because some of you guys will probably say, I thought you have one already. Yes, I know I have one, but that one is going to go down and it's going to replace this because of this big boy right here. All right, stay tuned, because there's a video is going to be coming out for this one when I commence this one running right away into the system. Live here from the command center in Minnesota, JW Solar USA. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys on the next video. Stay tuned, because this guy is going to be on, and probably this guy is already installed, but I have to take the Classic out and put this big boy up there. All right, bye for now.